Hello there, thank you for joining us on TVC News this hour. I am Azeezat Olaoluwa. Petrol shortage and long lines at filling stations appear to be the trend at certain periods in the country. Now, queues are back to filling stations in and around Lagos because of shortage of supply of petroleum products. The result is traffic gridlocks on major roads in the state, and residents are having to spend productive time on queues. Well, many motorists are displeased with this and say it is eating deep into their pockets. They want government's intervention as fast as possible.
Millions of Nigerians are suffering, mostly in Lagos. If you see some roads now, traffic everywhere because of this fuel scarcity. Meanwhile, if you go to Maryland, all the way from Anthony down to the end of Sheraton, and you can see also here, from Allen now, going down to Tony Street. And I don't know if airport, the other side of the airport has fuel, I don't know. But here, you can see what is happening.
Right now, the Ogba fuel station, all of them are not selling fuel. They have fuel in their station, but they close everything up. And right now, I spent about 2 hours here in this place now, buying fuel. I went to the convoy for General Hospital. They too, they're not selling fuel. So, it's very, very painful that we stay in this country and then see we have fuel, see it, we're just struggling for fuel.
I don't even know whether they won't carry the fuel, the price go 500, make we know at once. Because with 145 naira, we're still on queue again. So, since yesterday, imagine I was coming back from somewhere and my motor stopped because of fuel. There's no fuel. Even on island, I have to leave island to mainland to get fuel.
TVC News correspondent Tolulokpe Ogunjobi tells us from the field that the scarcity persists.
Agege Old Abeokuta Expressway. And I must tell you, getting to this place, most filling stations we saw don't even have the product in stock. So we didn't even see queues around there. Though some motorists are waiting to get products here. At this filling station behind me, they just started selling, and you can see that cars are just coming in. They've not really shrunk the whole environment, which I know shortly everywhere here won't be conducive because everybody will try to get the product here. But the fact remains that there is shortage in supply. Talking to some of the guys from the depot end, and they've been able to give us information that they don't actually have products. So even with the calling up of the suspension of strike by Pengasan, that's the senior oil workers, it doesn't really give, we're not sure that this scarcity or these queues will vanish from our filling stations because we still expect supply, and NNPC is solely responsible for this at this time. That's doing like 100% supply of products. So if nothing is done very fast, the Yuletide season might not be fun at all.
Away from that, the decision by state governors to withdraw $1 billion from the excess crude account to fight Boko Haram has continued to generate reactions. Well, latest to respond to this is the national leader of the ruling party, the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, who has backed the release of the money to help fight insurgency in the country.
The governor followed due process. This is the opinion of majority. We have a nation, a national challenge in security, and there's no way they were not arbitrary. There's no way you can have economic development, you can have prosperity that we are looking for if you don't find security. If you find security, foreign local investor will be at ease to invest their money in our own economy. So the 1 billion was not arbitrarily like what we experienced when I was a governor under a PDP government. You just hear they've used this money. FAC was a problem to us, accountability. You find accountability now, you find transparency. It's because they gave the mandate that they should spend this money not for individual, but for the sake of this country. That is a great patriotism that you can expect.
Well, President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the extension of the tenure of the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Air Staff, and the Chief of Naval Staff. The approval was confirmed by the Minister of Defense, Mansuruddin Ali, The president extended the tenures, having carefully reviewed the ongoing military operations across the country. The statement, which did not specify the duration of extension, means that the CDS, General Abayomi Olonisaki, the Army Chief, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, the Army Chief, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, and the Naval Chief, Vice Admiral Ibak Eteibas, will continue in office. With the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA has distributed relief materials to displaced persons in Gombe State. Most of the victims are from Dempsey local government area in Adamawa State, who fled to Gombe to seek refuge after their communities were attacked by suspected herdsmen. The report.
1,520. That is the number of displaced persons registered in this school that now serves as a camp. These people fled following attacks on their communities by suspected herdsmen. Now, there are 3 camps like this in Gombe for displaced persons from Adamawa State. NEMA is distributing relief items to victims in these camps.
We are going to do a direct distribution by way of household to household. That's how we intend to share the items so that it gets all the IDPs here.
They started trooping in Monday evening and they were moving to Nidugra's Palace. And that was where the whole thing started. So when they came, actually on Monday, they had to look for, Nidugra had to call people from everywhere to come and then pick the number of people they can provide accommodation for that night before this camp was created on Tuesday.
The victims are grateful for the support, but their true desire is for the federal government to provide adequate security in their communities so that they can return to their homes and pick up whatever remains of their livelihood. An estimated 5,000 people are believed to have sought refuge in Gombe State from Numan and Dempsey local government areas in Adamawa State. Larry Adiemi, TVC News, Gombe.
The Senate Committee on Power has questioned some allocations for power plants across Nigeria, saying the 2018 federal budget for funding power generation remains vague and needs to be more detailed. Chairman of the committee, Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, and other lawmakers made the observations at the budget defense of the Ministry of Power, Works and Housing, which was attended by the Minister of State, Mustafa Baba Shahuri. Senators described as unsatisfactory the 2018 budgetary provisions for hydropower plants, including some recurrent expenditures for bureaucratic operations.
Again, there is nothing to show us how much this project is costing. Zungeru, Kashimbila, these 2 projects have actually remained, we don't know really where we are in terms of the amounts of money. I asked the same question that, is it responsibility of Ministry of TCN to evacuate the power from Mambila, from Zungeru, from Kashimbila, and also Kaduna. The windmill, 10 megawatts. We are looking for 600. Are we changing it completely or we are trying to finish? How much would the project cost? Where is it and when are we finishing? Because you're asking for 600 million also here.
Gas power station Kaduna, is it LFPO and power gas? So it's both now.
Now they have made it a triple fire.
So it's both.
They've moved from LPFO to gas, yes, and now to diesel. Madam, I think we haven't finished the discussion on this matter. Nobody is satisfied with these vague items. We need to have the breakdowns of everything. And those breakdowns, they're there in the ministry, so you can provide those breakdowns.
The project is almost completed now, except for the construction of transmission substation and the issue of addressing the issue of fueling. We'll either use compressed natural gas or we use diesel.
National Assembly's bid to regulate NGOs in the country has got more support. We'll tell you about it after this short break. Stay with us. You're watching TVC News. Now, lawyer and human rights activist Kayode Ajulo has supported the National Assembly's bid to regulate non-governmental organizations in Nigeria. He argues that NGOs are being used to enrich a few persons or to even perpetrate criminality. Briefing journalists in Abuja, Ajulo said the NGO bill is a welcome development and should be embraced to ensure transparency in the management of funds and interventionist programs in Nigeria. He condemned objections against the bill by some vocal persons, such as Bishop Matthew Kuka and Professor Chidi Odinkalu, saying they were not properly briefed on the full benefits of the document and its potentials to regulate the abuse of donor funds, especially from international agencies.
Why must we turn NGO activities to running like a court? Why must we try to perpetrate criminality in trying to say we are running non-governmental organization? And one of my submissions with the National Assembly that I believe what we should be discussing is how to allay the fears of those who are criticizing the bill. Not to say the bill will never be. If 20 years ago, some people like the late Ganifa Emi has been calling for such kind of bill, why is it now that some people are fighting against it? And another crazy thing they will tell you is that this is a way for government to stifle civil society, to stop activists from doing what they have been doing for Nigeria. I see this as a lie. Because what I believe they should be doing is this bill will come to stay so that we can ensure probity and accountability and transparency.
Well, Niger State Governor Abubakar Bello says his state loses over 1 billion naira monthly due to Niger State residents who remit taxes to the Federal Capital Territory. He disclosed this in Abuja while on a courtesy visit to the Finance Minister, an effort to increase internally generated revenue in order to deliver better services to the people of Niger State. The Finance Minister assured that government would do all in its power to correct this error by setting up a reconciliation between both states to remit taxes correctly.
Over 95,000 workers in Abuja reside within Niger State, both in the public and private sector. However, their taxes are not paid to us. Their taxes go to Federal Capital Territory. This is something we feel we should correct. It has affected us tremendously. Our infrastructure is in complete decay, and without revenues or without funding, we find it very difficult to cope with how we can maintain our basic infrastructures, our health facilities, our educational structures, our social structures have all been in comatose for some years now. I don't believe we should take what is not due to us, but I also strongly believe that what is due to us should be given to us. We do not intend to take what is not due to us.
1 billion a month is a lot of money to be deducted from people who reside in Niger and to be